jeez. See, he was able to do the super move with one button. Like, we simplified it like that. The whole idea is that there will be an ongoing narrative.
If you don't want to do it,
every
don't do
time
it.
you die, you go back to basically a hub world in which the story will slowly progress. There's going to be multiple characters that appear. There's going to be cutscenes that we want to do in the style that you saw earlier.
Why are you still here? Go
It's
away!
going to be something that you just want to keep playing to kind of see more. I loved what Hades did, for example. Like, it was genius that the fact that they had it, like, every time you die, something changes in the hub world. New conversations appear, new characters appear, a new room opens, you know? I freaking love that because, as we mentioned, we're all really into story.
Oh my god!
Especially in a fighting game sense, a lot of people kind of like find their mains, if that makes sense. They find a character that resonates with them, either gameplay, and in our Discord server right now we have factions, for example. Like, whenever you join, you get to kind of pick a character that represents you or your faction. And as I mentioned, I think there's really cool ideas to take this to, like, bring this out to everybody.
Yeah. I normally get on great question about the meta progression tips, because like I feel like playing through a lot of the roguelites, like you know, there's some balance involved in making sure that every time you play through there's something that you're gaining or winning or you're progressing towards something or true or whatever. So like getting that right I feel like is so vital to get the playability right with these kinds of games.
My biggest thing, I would say, is we want to make the items very interesting, for example. Like, that's one thing that makes a good roguelike, I feel, is when they have fun with the items. As I mentioned, the Asmin, like, $2 steak card, and it doesn't have a description. All it says it has an ominous aura, and you get it, and you're like, wait, what did this just do? You know what I mean? And then you have to go, like, talk to people online, or, like, look up a wiki or something, and they're like, oh my god, this thing is I can't jump anymore in a fighting game. What the hell? Or something worse than that. That's going to be key. See what I mean? Right now, I think we have about 200 items that we've designed, which are going to be kind of like presented by cards. You'll be basically choosing between abilities that affect you, that are in the game, like a move. You'll have anomalies, which are kind of like passives. And then there's going to be like the rare artifacts or cursed items, which have like a much larger effect on your playthrough.
Have you considered just focusing on the roguelite side of the game, and just bear with me here for a second, like, the problem with trying to do roguelite and the multiplayer sort of semi-competitive mode is, it's kind of like with World of Warcraft, which sort of does PvE don't really work well in PvP or balance, so they constantly have to like nerf and buff and adjust the game because there's two different game modes to kind of dig through now.
Oh, he's going down!
Suffers as a result. Have you thought about, you know what, let's put the multiplayer on the side, let's focus purely on like an awesome fighting game roguelite, invest all your time and resources into having amazing builds, like super diverse builds, abilities, just absolute craziness to have a little bit more, rather than trying to build potentially two different communities. Like Hades, for example, or Vampire Survivors, versus people that play like a hyper-competitive, like, you know, fighting game.
Not bleeding, but
those are
yep.
two very different communities. I'm just curious how you can reconcile both, if it's even possible, and would it be wiser to spend resources trying to appeal to one community or the other?
If I could say from a high level, I think it's time for some new ideas in the industry. It's time for us to try some new stuff, you know what I mean? Because I feel like we're all... you know what I mean? Like there's been this trend, even in the indie space right now, it's like everyone wants, like, huge to make a roguelike, or just make a city builder, or, you know, it's like a trend chasing thing. So I'm like, why don't we try something new? We can do it with very little resources compared to like a AA or AAA studio. To me, I'm kind of like, let's try some new things, and I think there's a lot of overlap between those communities potentially. But I mean, there is a direction where, you know, like, whoever ends up giving us the funding, for example, to make this game, they might put us in a situation where it's like we have to focus on one or the other. You know, as I mentioned, at this early stage, anything's possible.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that makes sense. I mean, that's I kind of like that, and I feel like, yeah, Tip brings up a good point. I feel like if you go into it assuming the PvE is primarily for fun, where people go to try out different builds as a learning tool, etc., feel like it would be okay, right? And that probably would be, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like fighting games are definitely like where I feel like there are just like the mainstream, mainline 30-year, 20-year plus, 10-year games, and people don't go outside of that. So it's really good to see like a smaller game come in, try to shake up the space. I like this.
Yeah. To give you guys some context, the last big indie game came out 12 years ago for fighting games, and it was Squid Games. It went from 3 million downloads. It's on mobile with 50 million downloads.
Damn.
The next game that came out that was 2.5D was called Rising Thunder, and it was picked up by Riot. And it became 2XKO. And so we looked at the market, and I was like, there's a giant hole here that's not being filled at all right now. We have Japanese devs making lots of fighting games right now, and the fighting game genre in itself is seeing massive growth at the moment.
Frontier lost all our luggage!
Especially the esports thing. It's huge.
And one thing that's curious about fighting game players, something that I heard, especially I'm in the FGC space, is they will buy every fighting game, no matter how good, no matter how bad it is. That's a curious behavior that fighting game players have. They're just so hardcore that they'll purchase everything. But you know, we kind of like, we've got like numbers here that kind of show like, hey, there's Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8, but as I made the argument, there's nothing for new players. You know what I mean? They're having to jump into Street Fighter, and a lot of them are not interested. They're intimidated. They're scared.
Oh, are you okay?
So to us, it's like, hey, here's a warm embrace. Here's a fresh start for you. You know what I mean? This casual, affordable package. You know, come join us, and we'll embrace you with open arms. You know,
fast.
We talk to everybody in our Discord, for example. Everybody that joins us, like, all the devs are in there. That's our office. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of a interesting proposal that I'm making, but I do think the industry does need a bit of shake-up. You know, like just we need some new ideas. We need to experiment with some genres again. We need to maybe try this sixth-generation thing where you just get everything without getting like monetized constantly. You know, I think people are getting tired of that. There's exhaustion setting in. Does that make sense?
There's a certain amount of fatigue. You know, every game has an output. You've got like 3 different streaming services. It's a lot.
I worked in the industry for like 10 years, and like I was so disappointed by what I saw because like games would be spun up, and the first questions being asked was like, what are we doing here? Like what?
Oh, nice. Oh.
I want to work on video games, you know what I mean? I want to embrace my childhood. I want to do what made me happy as a kid. You know what I mean? So we're kind of like writing off that spirit, and I think a lot of people have resonated with it.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And if people want to try the game, can they try the game out yet themselves?
Nope, we don't even have a start page yet. That's how we're.
There it is. Okay, so you're early stages, and so so people can follow you on Twitter. They can use obviously the little link there.
Yeah, we have a Discord. We have all kinds of stuff.
Okay, cool.
Hey, come chat with us. Like,
There it is.
We'd love to talk.
Well, what's your timeline?
Our timeline at the moment, if we're able to get funding, would be somewhere between 18 to 24 months. So right now, as I mentioned, we're in the prototype stage.
Yeah.
If we get some of our ask, we're gonna start working on the single player prototype, kind of like shoot off to round out our package, and then we'll just basically move on.
Oh, gosh. Be
The
careful.
way we want to work is kind of just have a small core team, like 6, 7 people, and then we just work with a lot of like amazing people from our community. There's freelancers, there's people of all kinds of like amazing talents just floating around on Twitter. I'm constantly just contacting them. Hey, can you do like a concept art of one of our characters? Like we do stuff like that all the time because sometimes they interpret our designs in a way that we didn't think about.
Yeah.
You know, and so I have like a laundry list of people
is
at a
open.
higher capacity if we get the funding. So that's kind of where we're at right now. We've been around for a while. Everybody that's on our team at this point they kind of believe in the vision. You know, they believe in the dream, and yeah, that's kind of where we're at.
Oh!
Okay, awesome. I mean, again, I'm kind of curious to see where this goes, and I know a lot of people probably will be able to, play the demo whenever it comes out. I guess at some point. And you guys can follow the Discord and go to the website right there, the QR code, and yeah, Sirio, thank you very much for coming on the show and showing us your game.
Pleasure talking to
Taking it.
Oh, there. So exciting to.
You're welcome.
Thank you guys.
Good show, man. Come on, fighters, check it out. All right, well, damn, that's an interesting game. I'm glad to see more fighting games that are coming out that are like outside of the Tekken, Street Fighter, like you could say Smash, right? But like, what's the other one? I'm trying Mortal Kombat. Like, there's like maybe another one or two. And it's good to see other games coming into the space, especially with how enthusiastic the fighting game is. Like, sometimes I'll watch, like, 20-minute compilations of, like, drama in the fighting game community. Oh, my God.
I can't do it.
They got it like no other. It's great.
Yeah, similarly, I would say like, indie fighting game, because you don't come across too many of those that often.
Oh my God!
Oh, am I muted? Can you hear me?
You should.
But yeah, I get a little bit nervous about, like, because the roguelike game also sounds super cool. I get nervous about, like, an indie team trying to do both, because I think doing one really well, I would want to put my full effort in if I was
Oh, he's going down!
Maybe we've got something
Whoa,
magic
Joe!
there. It sounds like we've got a lot of volunteers in a good, growing community, so it's not to say that they can't do it. It's just like, me, I'd be, it's a lot to take on, I think.
Oh, it sure is. Yeah, I agree with you. Anyway, guys, we have 2 more games. But you know what's crazy about a show? Is sometimes the show has a commercial. We actually have a sponsor. Remember Ally? Well, they have something I want to show you guys right now. Let's roll the tape.
Oh, yeah. Enjoying this episode of Pixel Pitch. We're creating Fitment, a free and cute mobile game designed to make exercise easy. Fitment offers friendly micro-workouts that you can do anytime and anywhere. Amazing developers and content creators at their diversity focus events. We're thrilled to be part of this celebration.